What's up, everybody? Steven here for Off the Shelf Movie Night to talk to you about physical media, about Blu-rays, 4Ks, and even DVDs. However you like to buy and own a physical copy of a movie or TV show that you love and display it in a library like I have behind me. If you're a collector, you want to be a collector, you're in the right spot. Please give me a sub if you haven't already. And if you like this video, a like would be really appreciated. It really helps get the word out about the channel and the videos and all the stuff. So recently, in one of my videos, at the end of it, I was asked in the comments to share some double features. So I've done that in the past, and I usually call it movie theme night. So I'm going to do a double feature for that person. I wish I had written your name down. If you see this and you want to comment below and let's talk about this double feature. So I like to connect my films in a double feature or a movie theme night by some sort of thread. As thin as it is, sometimes they're really, really connected. Maybe it's a first film and a sequel, and sometimes they're just connected by some thematic element. This double feature that I have for you tonight is simply connected by comets, like literally comets. Comets attacking the Earth, essentially, is what we're talking about. And that may sound weird and specific, but in the 80s, there were a lot of films that featured comets having some kind of impact, either, like physically slamming into the planet and causing, apocalyptic destruction or something like that. But I tend to enjoy the campy comet movies the most, and that's what we're going to focus on. And I'm going to show them to you. I'm just choosing to show these in order of release. You could watch, I guess, in any order you want, but I feel like this works the best. We're going to start with the 1984 film, Night of the Comet. I got to peek around here and make sure I'm doing this. So this is a Shout Factory release of Night of the Comet. This is a pretty solid, nice release of this film. Again, as I said, 1984. Basically, this tells the story of a comet destroying all life on the planet Earth, essentially. There are still humans on Earth, but they have been turned into cannibal zombie kind of monsters. Now, except for these, if I can get them there, these two valley girls who have to find a way to survive in an empty city, basically. This movie really does hit on all those campy, silly 80s tropes. There's a dance scene where they're listening to pop music and dancing, and they're just having a grand old time in this empty city alone. Until, of course, they encounter the cannibal zombies. And eventually, they encounter Robert Beltran, who teams up with them, basically to survive. Now, what's really funny about Robert Beltran is, he had no significance for me when I saw this movie originally. But later on, in additional viewings, I would realize, oh, this is main cast. He ended up going on to be main cast for Star Trek Voyager. So, like, in Voyager, I think he has, like, some kind of tattoo on his head, and now when I watch this film, I just see him with that tattoo on his head. This is very cotton candy, this movie. I mean, there's no substance really to it. It's just a fun night at the movies. I recommend this with some cocktails. In fact, this entire night is a cocktail night. Not, get hammered thing, but have cocktails and watch some fun movies with your friends. And let's start it with Night of the Comet. Okay, the second film in this double feature is Maximum Overdrive from 1986. And this Stephen King film, written and directed by Cokehead era Stephen King. I mean, this is not controversial. He has said this himself. The film tells the story of a comet that flies too close to Earth and brings all the vehicles to life. And it also, when it's convenient to the plot, brings other things to life too, video games, whatever tends to work for the plot and we need a cool moment, then those things come to life too. But the focus is on trucks, vehicles. These vehicles need gas to continue living, so they all begin going to a place where you get gas. And one particular of those places features Emilio Estevez and a quirky cast of characters who end up having to hide in a diner and then go out and give gas to these vehicles in order to survive. I love this film. It's really, really cheesy. These sequences are cheesy. When the main actress, I'm drawing a blank on her name again, as I told you, I'm not prepared. When she says the whole world goes into maximum overdrive, it's laugh-inducing. That's when you cheers her and you have your cocktail right there. It's just fun. Now, one thing that's not in debate is the soundtrack, all by AC/DC. It's basically an AC/DC greatest hits with a few instrumental additions to the soundtrack. So it's just pure camp and fun. Also, there's Yardley Smith is in this movie. I think I'm saying her name correctly, but not sure. She is significant because she will eventually become, after this movie, the voice of Lisa Simpson. And it's unmistakable. She's actually really funny in the movie, too. She's annoying, but annoying in that cute, kind of funny way. So there's little things to look for throughout this movie. And honestly, there are a few nice shots in this movie, too. I mean, it's not all terrible, but it's campy, it's fun, great music, and just silly horror action movie fun to be had. So there's your double feature. Get some cocktails with some friends. Let's talk about Comets. Let me know what you think if you'd watch this double feature, or if you have watched this double feature, or share your favorite double feature in the comments and let's talk about it. Until next we meet, pull something cool off the shelf, share it with friends and family, and remind them why physical media is the best way to watch films and TV at home. I'll see you guys on the next one.